Hello there, welcome to the Media Coach video tip. Now, this week I want to talk to you about the 3 M's: meaningful, motivational, and memorable. And those 3 M's are 3 things I think you should consider for every speech that you do. So let's take meaningful first. Your speech must have meaning. Obviously, it must mean something, and I mean that means something to you, and more importantly, it must mean something to your audience. So if you're using examples, if you're using stories that happened long before most of your audience was born, that's not going to have so much meaning. It's going to be more difficult for them to understand what's going on than something which is more contemporary. Or if there's no connection to their normal existence, if it happens in a different place or to different types of people, then they're not going to get so much meaning from it. So what you need to make sure is it's meaningful in the sense that it relates to your audience, and you figure that out by doing research. You make sure you understand who's likely to be in your audience, and you deliver something which relates to them. Never be condescending. That's not the point. The point is about delivering something which has meaning for them and relates to what they do and what they understand. Second point, motivational. Your speech has to be motivational. Now, I don't mean you need to be a motivational speaker. There are all sorts of opinions about motivational speakers and how they get on and what they do. And many of my friends are motivational speakers. But every speaker is really a motivational speaker in that we need to transform, we need to motivate, we need to change the way that people think or act. So you don't have to get people moved to action, they don't have to physically do something, but you do need to change the way they think. You need to transform them in some way. And it could be something fairly small, something apparently inconsequential, which leads them to act in a different way in future that will be of benefit to them. So you have to motivate them to do something. And thirdly, it needs to be memorable. People need to remember what you do. That could be a memorable phrase, it could be a memorable example, it could be anything at all. It could be a memorable prop that you use. But the important thing here is to get people to remember what you've said. If you're going to be meaningful and you're going to be motivational without being memorable, that doesn't help. It has to have memorability. Anyway, people need to remember it. Whatever it is, you need to make sure that people remember the sort of speech that you've delivered. So remember those 3 M's. It's got to be meaningful, it's got to be motivational, and it's got to be memorable. I wish you the best of luck.